Hello everybody, I'm Laura, and what do you think? Can this dress be sewn up in 1 hour? That was the question that Erin and I decided we wanted to figure out for our first collaboration together. Erin's channel, Erin Sews, has been around for I think less than a year, but I have enjoyed her videos from the very beginning, and so I was very excited when she agreed to collaborate with me. We had a conversation about what exactly we would like to do for a collaboration together, and Erin had already been thinking about sewing up a 1 hour dress and seeing how long does it actually take. And so together we kind of talked about it, and it sounded like it would be a fun idea to time how much time it takes, but also to kind of put a little wager into it, which would be who would sew up the dress faster from beginning to end. Would it be me or would it be Erin? So that was a lot of fun until I got myself disqualified. Okay, so I'll get into that in a minute, but first, this dress is made from a rayon challis. It has such a nice drape. This fabric I got from Fabric Mart. It was in a fabric haul about a month ago, I believe. The pattern I cut and sewed up a size 18, which is the largest in the range that's in this pattern. It's a range US 8 through 18, so I just did an 18. Fits fabulously. It really is a nice pattern. I thoroughly enjoyed making this dress. However, I did end up disqualifying myself. In the pattern, there are several times, like a couple of different times that you are supposed to hand stitch. You're supposed to hand stitch the arm facing to the arm sleeve, and then you also are supposed to hand stitch the hem. And then there's also the facing. To finish the outer edge of the facing, you turn it 3/8 of an inch, and then you sew that down. And I didn't even think about the fact that I was deviating from the pattern when I just was like, you know what, turning it 3/8 of an inch and all of that, who needs to do that? I'll just zigzag on the edges. And so I did that, and then on top of that, I did not hand stitch the facings. By the time I got to stitching the facings on, I have to say, keeping like not the seam where you attach the facing, but where you just kind of hand stitch it on to hold it securely. I was traumatized by a couple of different things that happened that made me take so much time, and I just was like, I never, like, I just machine sew. That's just what I do. So yeah, Erin hand sewed, I did not. And so it really wasn't a fair race, so to speak. So I told her that I have disqualified myself because I did not follow the rules of the pattern. We decided that the preparing of the pattern and the pattern pieces would not be considered in the sewing time. So we decided that we could include serging the edges of the pattern pieces before sewing them together as part of the preparation time. So that's included in that time as well. So readying the pattern, it took me 20 minutes. And that is getting the pieces cut out, ironing them flat, all that kind of stuff. Then cutting out the actual fabric took me about 50 minutes. There are a front facing, a back facing, the sleeve facing, and then the front and back pieces. But it still took a long time. I'm not real sure why. Maybe 50 minutes is normal. I realized while we were doing this exercise where I was timing everything that I was doing, everything takes a lot longer than it feels like it's taking. I went back and I cut out the interfacing, and then I ironed the interfacing onto the pieces. That took 25 minutes. I serged the edges. That took 30 minutes. And but before I serged, I had to rethread my serger. So that took 30 minutes. And then tying up the ends of all of the serged pieces, that took 60 minutes. I was appalled. So then I finally was ready to do my 1 hour sewing. I've got some footage here, so I'm not going to tell you about how that went. I'm going to just go ahead and put in the footage of my 1 hour sewing, and you'll see exactly how far I got. Okay, so we're ready to begin. So we start with stay stitching, and then we do the side seams, then we put in the facings, then we put in the armholes, and then we hem everything. So we will see exactly how long this takes. I am going to get my timer and we will get started. Almost there. Okay, ready? Show you. It says 60. Start. See you in a bit. Okay, with that, the stay stitching is done. This is hard to do on one hand. Stay stitching is done, the shoulder seams are in, and the side seams are all done. And how much time do I have left? That took me a little over 15 minutes. I need to cut the threads, iron out the seams. I'm going to do a quick fit test, and then we will continue on to putting the facings in. So the fit test and all of that actually took me 6 minutes, so that's not a good sign. I am just now going to be pinning on the facings and I have 36 minutes left. Ooh, I'm running out. So I have decided that because I don't want to get my serger down again, I'm just going to, instead of folding over in the efforts to save time, instead of folding the edges over by 3/8 of an inch and then stitching these down, I'm just going to zigzag the edges and hope for the best. Alright, facing is pinned on and it's ready to get sewn on, and look at how nice that fit. Next, I think, is putting on the sleeves. I will have to check and I will be back. Okay, so it is actually layer the seam, and then we would be moving to the sleeves. And right now I have 21 minutes and 43 seconds left. So things are not looking good for finishing within an hour, but we'll give it our best shot. Okay, so I just need to tack the shoulder seams, and then I'm moving on to doing the sleeves, which consists of sewing the easing on the sleeve head. Then you attach the facing to the sleeve cuff, well, after you sew the sleeve together, like here. And then you attach the facing, and then you attach the sleeve to the dress. And then it's hemming, and then you're done. However, I have 11 minutes. And I'm not sure if I've been turning it off when I'm talking to you. I did this time, but I might have lost a few minutes, but it's still, I think it's pretty evident that I don't think I can make this dress in an hour, but we'll see how far I get. 1 minute, 36 seconds left. Uh-oh, 34 seconds. Ah. Right. All right. Okay, so that was my hour. I got most of the dress done. I still need to do the sleeves, put the facing on. Where did I put my facings? Put the facing onto the sleeve, and then attach the sleeve to the dress, and then do the hem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just hit start. You can see it is a stopwatch now, and so I am going to just keep that going while I finish this dress, and we will see how much time on top of the hour it takes for me to finish, and then we will tally everything up, and I will have a grand total of how much time it took me to just sew the dress, and then also a grand total of how much time it took from beginning to end of project to complete the entire process. All right, so after I did my 1 hour, I had to tear out the sleeve facing, and that took 25 minutes. And then I had to go back and put the facing back on properly after repairing the mistakes that I made on the sleeve. That all took 53 minutes total. And then to set in the sleeves and hem up the hem, that took me another 80 minutes. So altogether, total, all of that, that was 6.8 hours, so almost 7 hours from beginning to end of that dress, including having to rethread my serger and having to rip out the arm and put it back in, well, the sleeve facing, and put it back in. So without those, conceivably, it would have been 5.8 hours, so it will be about 6 hours to do this nice dress. So it still is an easy dress. Just the sewing part, from starting that first seaming to the end of finishing the hem, that was a total of 3.21 hours. And then again, that includes not my serger time, but it includes my sleeve time, like ripping it out. So that would be more like 3 hours to just, pardon me, to just sew it together. So the answer to the question of can I sew this dress up or this dress up in an hour, the answer is no. No, I cannot. I did not sew it up in an hour, but I did sew it up in a relatively decent amount of time, and I have a lovely dress. And so I am seriously contemplating, like I said, I want to maybe make it in a linen or the other kind of geometric other rayon challis that I had gotten. This, when I walk, it just flows. I feel like I should be on a beach somewhere. So I want to say thank you so much to Erin for being such a fun collaboration, and you know, just being the nice person that she is. And I have loved this whole video and making it with her. So thank you, Erin. And thank you to all you people out there that have watched this video and that, you know, have subscribed over the last week. Also really appreciate all of the other people that have been here and been following along and commenting, and from the very beginning and from the not so very beginning. But I just appreciate you all very much. Now, my question to you is, would you like to see Erin and I do more of these kinds of videos? If you would, let us know in either of our comment section or in by liking these videos, and that will be a hint that you would like to see us do a few more. I have a couple of 2-hour patterns already, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as well, and that you would like to do more, because I'd like to do more, and I'd like to collaborate with Erin more. So if you haven't seen Erin's channel yet, I will put the link in the description box below so that you can just flip on over there and go check out her video. And then coming up next, I'm going to be doing some plans for the You Asked For It wall. There's going to be some updates there, and I'm going to be doing some more sewing. My son, I don't know how many people might be interested in this, but my son, for prom, his senior prom, he asked me if I would make him a corset vest. And I am so excited because they are really cool. So I'm going to be working on that. That's going to be a slow sewing project because it's definitely going to be taking a little bit more time to get that all figured out and put together than 1 week. So so there's going to be lots of sewing and lots more fun things being made. So I hope you decide to stick around, and you know, thanks again, and I will just see you in the next video. Bye.